Hello everybody, my name is Dina.
And my name is Naftali.
We're from Naftali Tours in Tel Aviv and we are members of the Israel Incoming Tour Operators Association. We specialize in customized boutique-style tours for groups travel to Israel
And Jordan. We want to now take you on a journey through the Holy Land in an effort to visualize what a Catholic pilgrimage to Israel would look like. Let's start by telling you a bit about Israel.
Israel is a fascinating country, a holy land to billions of people and the world's three major monotheistic faiths, Judaism, Christianity and Islam.
If you look at a map of the world, you will see Israel smack bang in the middle, on the cusp of Asia, Europe and Africa. And in the heart of Israel, you will find Jerusalem, literally the geographic center of the world.
Israel is truly an ancient kingdom. King Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem in 1000 BC, where you can see remains from the first temple period today, more than 3000 years later.
Israel is also an ultra-modern country with modern infrastructure, new airports, light rail, modern hotels and transport.
And Wi-Fi.
Israel is a tiny country, approximately 22,000 square kilometers.
Here you can see Israel compared to New Zealand,
UK
Australia,
and Canada.
but it's the only country that I know that you can swim the famous four seas in one visit. The Med Sea,
The Dead Sea
the Red Sea,
and the Sea of Galilee. It's also a country of incredible variety in landscape and geography, alpine, desert and tropical, all in a very small geographical area. Where else in the world could you ski the slopes of Mount Hermon in the morning and go water skiing in Eilat in the afternoon? Israel is the birthplace of the Bible, both the Old and the New Testament. To all those who remember their Sunday school lessons talking about Jesus of Nazareth, Mary of Magdalene, John's baptisms in the Jordan River, this is the place where it all happened. Here you will see and touch and feel the very places that you only ever read about. So let's start our 8-day journey of the Holy Land.
Day 1.
Let's spend some time in the modern metropolis of Tel Aviv, Israel's business and entertainment capital. Spend some of the time wandering through the ancient city of Jaffa, just nearby. See the house of Simon the Tanner and celebrate Mass in the beautiful St. Peter's Church.
Visit the Carmelite monastery at Mochroka, where Elijah smote the false prophets. Finish the day with a visit to the impressive Basilica of the Annunciation, built over the home of the Virgin Mary.
Visit the village of Cana, where the first miracle took place, turning water into wine. It is a tradition at the church here for couples to come and renew their wedding vows.
Days 2 and 3.
Start the day in Tiberias and the Sea of Galilee. Enjoy a cruise across the Sea of Galilee in a traditional wooden sailing boat. Explore Capernaum. See the ancient synagogue where Jesus preached. You can visit Tabqa, where the miracle of the multiplication took place. Ascend to the top of the Mount of Beatitudes, where you can relive the Sermon on the Mount. Visit the site of the baptism on the Jordan River, where you may even have an opportunity to hire some robes and do a baptism as well.
Day 4.
We'll go down to visit the lowest place on earth, the Dead Sea, sitting 400 meters below sea level. The lake is so thick with salt and minerals that you literally float on top of the water. It's a tradition taking a picture with you reading a newspaper while you float on top of the water. Stop at the oldest city in the world as well, Jericho. Visit Elisha's Spring, the Tree of Zacchaeus, and take a table car to the top of Mount of Temptations. Finish the day exploring the caves of Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found and the very start of early Christianity.
And now we are going to spend the next 4 days exploring in and around Jerusalem.
Why don't you talk about it?
All of our itineraries include a visit to the ancient city of Jerusalem. Enter the old city and follow the Stations of the Cross to the final site of the crucifixion inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
On to Mount Zion to visit the tomb where King David is buried and see the room of the Last Supper.
Don't forget some shopping opportunities, as well as strolling through the Oriental souks or markets of the old city with its spices and sweets and beautiful pottery pieces and olive wood products.
Proceed to Bethlehem for a visit to the Shepherd's Fields, Manger Square, and the Church of the Nativity. This is what we can get done in a one-week tour.
Naftali, what can we do if we have more time for travel?
How about the resort city of Eilat? On the Red Sea in the very south of the country, the Riviera of Israel, where you can snorkel the magnificent Red Sea corals. You can take a short 45-minute flight from Tel Aviv, or even better, a tour through the desert. You can experience genuine Bedouin hospitality and stay overnight in a Bedouin tent.
And what about Jordan and Egypt? Well, what many people don't realize is how easy it is to cross borders between the countries of Israel, Jordan, and Egypt. Smooth border crossing and short travel distances make it easy to combine tours of the countries via land without the need for additional flights. On a short journey from Israel, we can take you to see Petra in Jordan or the pyramids in Giza.
Now I'd like to talk about how we can especially look after our Catholic customers. We now have an online booking system with the Franciscan Church that looks after all of the Catholic churches in the Holy Land. We can arrange, booked in advance, a special Mass experience in a historic location everywhere in Israel. We can also arrange accommodation in Catholic hostels in very special or unique locations all over the Holy Land that will provide a Christian atmosphere to your tour. For instance, the Notre Dame opposite the New Gate, or the Gloria Hotel inside the Latin Quarter of the Old City. Around the Galilee, we can introduce you to the brand new Magdala Hotel, built by the Mexican Church on the waters of the Sea of Galilee. And to their surprise, during construction, Mary's original village of Magdala was recently discovered, including even an early synagogue for the earliest of the Christian faith. Most importantly, though, for our Catholic customers, we have access to the best guides with a special knowledge of Catholic doctrine and faith.
Travel tips.
Often visits to holy sites require modest dress, such as covered shoulders and knees. Our customers won't be caught out. You'll be warned well in advance if this will be required.
And when is it a good time to travel, Tarif?
Weather in Israel is mild to warm. Forget imagining the Sahara Desert. July and August are the hottest months of the year, with temperatures in the mid-30s. Best time of the year to come is autumn and spring, where you'll be averaging temperatures in the mid-20s. Very pleasant, not at all too hot.
Winter is an excellent time of the year to travel. Tel Aviv temperatures in the mid to high teens. In Jerusalem, at 900 meters above sea level, it's pleasantly cool.
Safety is one aspect I'd like to touch on as well. Many of you may be concerned about traveling to Israel because of safety. I'm here to say, come over. You'll feel perfectly safe and secure throughout your visit. I can tell you that everybody comes back surprised at how normal a country we really are. Not at all what they may have perceived from media coverage of Israel. Israelis take their security and the security of tourists very, very seriously. In fact, Israel's security record for tourists is amazing. 2 tourist fatalities in the last 20 years mean that Israel is one of the safest tourist locations in the world.
In short, we would like to summarize our talk as follows. Come to Israel for the experience of a lifetime.
All of the places you only read about, you will experience firsthand, and the magic of the country.
The friendly locals who just want to practice their English on you.
The very ancient mixed in with the very modern. A land touched by God where the Bible comes to life. The time to visit is now.
Contact us if you need a quote, travel advice, webinar, or product training. I'm Dina.
I'm Naftali.
You can find our details below.
Bye.